in a kind of a different setup for you all. I'm doing a story time video today. I was saving this story time video for Halloween, but then life happened in October and so I couldn't film it. This is basically creepy passenger stories. Now this other story is what I heard from the other crew of this same flight, because we were just talking about how creepy things get. So one day she said that, I'm not gonna tell you where the flight took off from. So the flight took off from a place, and then the cabin crew in charge, she just saw that this woman has an infant in her hand, but she's like not taking care of the infant at all. Like, what's the deal with that? Don't you? Because when there's an infant, you're just very careful. But she was like, she had the infant in one hand, putting a very heavy bag with one hand, and just not caring about it. She's like, what the heck, that's weird. She did not suspect anything, but she was like, it's a bit weird, let's go check up. So she goes, and then the lady had just wrapped the baby to the core, and she was like, ma'am, I guess the baby will not feel good because it's very hot here. Please just make sure to, you know, generally conversating that, why don't you just open the blanket up? She's like, no, he's fine, it's fine. So while briefing, while saying like this, she went to even touch the baby. She would just pull the baby away. She's like, why is she so protective about the baby? And like, at that time she was not protective. Now she's just suddenly so protective. She was like, ma'am, I just need to have a look at the baby. She's like, no, you can't. She's like, ma'am, I need to have a look at the baby. And when the lady went, no, I won't, she's like, now I need to look at the baby. You better open her up and everything. And when she opened the baby up, I didn't see it. I'm so thankful I didn't see it, but the crew told me. As she opened it up, the baby was, I don't know, I can't find the words. The baby was all yellow, the stomach was all bulging out as if there's water inside it, I don't know why, and the body was all melted and just, oh my god, the body had gone bad, and there were all these taweez on it. Taweez is like, you know how some people have those things where they just spray and then tie a thread or stuff like that. The baby had that all over it, and then the baby looked so deceased and just almost going bad, like dead and going bad. So that's sad. Of course they offloaded the people, but and the lady seemed all fine. The lady was just fine. So the lady was just carrying it dead and gone bad. Like, you know, the baby was, I can't find that word. The baby was dead and gone bad, and she was just carrying it now normally. Because guys, this is what we suspect. Like, if it's your child and it's dead in your hands, you're not gonna be that normal and all good, right? You're gonna be sad. So we don't know, but there are all sorts of people that come in a flight. This is the last one related to a baby. So this lady comes on board, and here's the mother of the baby, her mother or her mother-in-law, her husband, that's it. Now the man is all fine, but the mother-in-law and the mother are just sobbing as they enter the aircraft. We're like, ma'am, are you okay? I was not there, sorry. The crew were like, are you okay? Is everything okay and everything? She's like, yeah, nothing. And then as they sit, she's feeding the baby the milk from like a little cap of a bottle, you know, that kind of a thing she's feeding. We're like, what the hell? Because the baby was very young. You either feed with a bottle or you feed them yourself, not with something like this. And while feeding us, she was just crying. The mother-in-law was crying, and the man was kind of like, shut up, kind of like that. This feeding, it's like really weird. They briefed them and everything was fine. They were just very sad. They're like, are you sure everything's okay? They're like, no, nothing, just something happened in the family, that's why. We're like, okay, you know, maybe someone died or something, so it's fine. Now that baby was very weird, because that baby was breathing like, so it was not uniform. It was like the baby took a breath and then nothing, breath and nothing. So the crew of that zone, who was responsible for that zone, was like, you know what, let me just keep an eye on this baby. Something is not right. That's what profiling does. We have to profile passengers for these things, okay? So she's just looking at the baby, you know, she has to go for the demonstration, but she's like, you know what, let me look at this baby. So whatever she was supposed to do, she was like, you know what, I'll be 5 minutes late because I just need to keep an eye on this baby, and once I'm like sure, that's when I'll go. Everyone was like, okay, fine, whatever you want to do, because this was communicated to the crew, right? So she's looking at the baby. The ladies are just feeding the baby. The baby's like, and then it stopped doing that, guys. It was breathing in gaps, but then it stopped breathing. The baby died in front of her eyes, and she couldn't do anything about it because they did not declare anything. They did not say that something's wrong, and as like she was fine, she asked about the baby. They were like, no, it's fine. So the baby died in front of her eyes. And she's like, ma'am, what has happened? They're like, oh no, he was dying and now he's dead. She's like, weren't you supposed to tell me? Oh my god, I don't know what all happened. They had to divert the flight or whatever, but this is what happened. And the weirdest people come on flights sometimes. I mean, if you've got a medical condition, you need to declare it, guys. It's serious business. And if you think on ground things are going to be okay, up there you don't know what happens. You need to declare even a simplest thing. You will maybe have to charge extra, but is any charge more than the worth of your life? Just declare if something is wrong with you, with a passenger. If you see someone is going really weird while you are boarding the aircraft or while you're waiting for the aircraft, if something is weird, just tell the crew about it, tell ground staff, tell anyone about it, any of the staff. Please let us know, because these things are very serious, guys. Just this, please, health is very important. Please don't play it with, I mean, I don't have words. So just be careful, guys. Be vigilant. That's all. And I know it's a very depressing story time, but things happen. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting and learned something. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.